Boom. We're live. GM fam. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Avatar. What's up, y'all? I'm Crafter, your host, and today I am joined by the one and only Tuschay. What's up, dude? You're muted.
Oh, how's it going, man? Sorry
No,
about that.
no, you're good.
Just trying to figure out there's audio coming from like Twitch and then the stream thing.
I
And
know. It's always a jumble in the beginning. But what's up, dude? How are
not
you?
much, man. How are you? Doing well.
Doing
I just figured out that the map button to jump in is grayed out on the experience page for some reason, but it works on the actual map. So you can load it up from the map just to let everybody know.
Yeah. And that's a good segue. Let me pull it up like this. Boom. Actually, let's pull it up like this so you guys can see it all. We are going to be hanging out inside of the Funguy Social Hub. So if you guys want, head on over to the Funguy Social Hub. Go to sandbox.game, and then up in the left-hand side, you click on map, and then I'll kind of show you. And then you can go to the search bar, type in Funguy, and then click on the Funguy Social Hub, and then play, and that'll load you in. If you haven't downloaded the client yet, you need to do that first, which you can do somewhere. I don't even know where you go. Tuschay, where do you go to download the client for the first time? I have a video of it.
If you click on it and you don't have it installed, it'll pop up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It'll pop up a loading screen that tells you to download it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you haven't downloaded it yet, you can do that. But shout out everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up, being here. We got Go West, Boobful, J-Dog. Oh, boy, I'm going to butcher some names here. Tatum One Ton, Siwa, Nick Skull, Vodact, let's go. Bashul, Hoddle. Oh boy. Fimin Cooter. a wet noodle. Some more Hoddle. Escape room artist. Yolks on you. Sparky in the house. Thank you guys all for being here. What up, Andy? I hear too. Let's dive on in. And yes, everyone, sir. come join us in the Funguy Social Hub if you're not in there, and we'll kind of run to the stage together here in a second. But I'm gonna throw it over to you real quick and let you give everyone a quick introduction of who you are, in case they don't know, if they're catching the replay, or if you're here live and you just don't know what's going on, and then we'll dive on into it.
Well, this is a pretty rare occurrence. You're catching early morning, Tuschay. So it doesn't happen often that I'm awake and on the computer and doing things before 8 a.m., which was today. So
we pulled you out of bed. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it works. It happens. Yeah, I'm used to. I'm the night owl, and I've over the last few years, I've let go of my shame of that. It turns out that that's how I function. So that is how I function. But I enjoy seeing the sun sometimes. It's nice.
You get a little extra sun today then.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. They say that the more sun that you get before noon, the better for your body. So I'm going to go with that this morning. What's going on, everybody? I'm Tuschay, owner of the Funguy family and Tuschay Studios, and we do a bunch of stuff inside of the sandbox and outside of the sandbox, and you're gonna learn a bit about that today.
Easy, perfect.
Yeah, why not?
And for those of you that don't know, I've had Tuschay on. This is your third time on the show now. So you can definitely go back and catch some of the replays of those if you want to get a more in-depth dive into anything, or who knows what we talk. We always talk about all kinds of random stuff. So yeah, definitely worth watching.
This is definitely going to get off the rails very quickly.
That's usually how it goes, and that's what I love about, and that's why I kind of started doing too. So I love Behind the Avatar for the fact that we just can talk about whatever. Obviously, like when you got stuff going on, we want to let people know about
Yeah.
it, but also we can just talk about whatever on here. And then I started doing the Metaverse spotlights, which is more of a shorter, try to keep it to an hour, just dive into whatever somebody's got going on inside of the Metaverse and get all the details out there for everyone to know about. But this is our time to more just hang out and vibe and talk about whatever comes up. So we got a bunch of people in the hub right now. So I'm going to switch views over so we can kind of see everybody.
And sorry, guys, I didn't say hi. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. I've just been tabbing and tabbing out, and tabbing into the different things. Yeah, if you're just joining us and you can't get into the hub from the experience page, click on the map, type in Funguy in the search bar, and then click play on the little icon that shows up there. That is working. So
yeah, might just have to do a little troubleshooting, but looks like there's definitely a handful of you that are getting into.
You guys figured it out. Yeah.
So let's first let's run up to the stage.
I'm already sitting on the couch.
I think you're already up there, but
I'm prepared.
Follow the crafter if you don't know how to get up there. But you just got to run up this mountain here and don't fall off. And then you'll find yourself passing up some of these awesome fun guys, and you'll end up on the stage. And you can join us on the couch, join us wherever you want.
You can join the fun guys in their own band.
Open seating. You can go hang out with the band, which is awesome. You can come hang out inside of the crafter mobile, where hopefully one day I'll have my own setup like this, and I'll be traveling around the U.S. and
that'd be awesome.
Just the U.S., but probably won't be able to take that overseas. But look at you guys all just sitting in your spots, all nice. But yeah, I'm gonna pop a squat right here if I can remember.
Andy sitting next to Andy is tripping me out.
Andyception. Speaking of Andy, I didn't realize, dude, the Frenchies was dropping or has
just
already
went live.
Dropped. So shout out to the Frenchies and Andy. I'll have to get you on. Maybe we'll be able to do. I'm traveling next week, so I probably won't be able to get you on.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be talking about the Frenchies a little bit today too, because
perfect.
Because that project is near and dear to me.
Heck yeah!
Which is the real me.
there we go. We'll talk about it a little bit. But I can't. Why can't I sit down? There we go. I finally configured my controller to actually work. So
are you playing Sandbox on controller?
Yeah.
Nice. How is it? Do you like it better?
I like it a lot. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm actually way better like parkouring.
Yeah.
I feel like I can do way better with
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I watched shout out Half Dork. Half Dork has a video out there that walks you through how to set it up, because it doesn't like naturally work. I know a lot of games you can just plug your controller in and it works. It doesn't do that with the Sandbox, at least not yet. So you have to like configure some things with the program. But
I'll ask you for the link later, because
I was gonna
definitely interested in getting that going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you got anyone that's watching, just here, I'll give you guys the link. Plug my Discord. I'll give you guys the link to get in the Discord. And if anyone else wants to know how to do that, to set up so that you can use a controller inside the Sandbox, just let me know inside there, and I'll drop the link in there later today for you all.
Oh my God. So for a second, I see Hodl sitting next to someone else that's blonde, and I thought it was Mini Hodl for a second, and I was just gonna die. But it's a minor, which is awesome.
It's a minor Hodl. Dude,
that looks awesome.
Ooh, we got a big old Kong in the back. Very cool. Got some awesome avatars in here. I love seeing all the different avatars. Thanks all for hopping in. And let's see here. Actually, I kind of like this view. You guys can see it from my view.
Oh, that's cool.
See yourself. Or maybe, I don't know. I'll fuck around with it. But anyways, now that we're all here, why don't we? Where should we start? I know we have a fun little surprise that maybe we'll reveal a little bit later, or you can reveal it now. I guess it's up to you.
I want to start. I have a question for you, if that's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
How in the world do you keep up with everything that's going on with everything that's going on? Like I just try to keep up with what I'm doing, and it's hard enough. And you have people on the show, you're participating and everything. What does your scheduling system look like, dude?
Dude, it's hectic. Um,
Okay.
there's it, but I like it. I just like I think I enjoy learning a lot. So like being able to just like dabble into all the different things is
Yeah.
kind of like almost like centers me.
Okay.
And I I use Asana. So
Okay.
Asana
Nice.
is a program. So I always have a bunch of like things in there that remind me that I need to do certain things each day. And it's definitely I'm a systems guy. So
Yeah.
if I have a system like Asana, I'll use that because it just keeps me all aligned. And
Well, that makes
and
sense.
and I also have another app that I use called Todoist, and I throw like basically whenever I'm scrolling. This is if you guys want an insight into how I kind of keep up with everything that's going on. I scroll through Twitter a lot, and as I'm scrolling through Twitter, anytime I come across anything that I think looks cool. And a lot of times I'm just scrolling for like 5 minutes, so I don't really have time to like dig into it. But I'll put it into Todoist, which is a to do
Okay.
app, and and then I'll go back and look at that list and whenever I have more time and I'll look through and things and like see which things are actually super cool. And then that's usually the point where I'm like, oh, that's dope. I'm gonna reach out to this person and see if they want to come on the show. And then that's how things happen. Um,
That's awesome.
so yeah, that's in a nutshell. Those are my two main apps that I use to keep everything organized. And
That makes
it,
sense. Yeah,
yeah,
I figured you had to have some sort of system out there. I mean, just like I was thinking to myself yesterday, I was like, man, I really want to get involved with this, like what the guys over at Pickaxe Masters are doing. And I was like, all right, well, how do I get started with this? You know, like I've had them reach out to me before and like send me some links and everything. So I was like, I'll go click on those. And it's like by the time I have to wrap my head around what I have to do next, I already have to do something else. And I'm like, Crafter is sitting on the show right now. He's probably participated. He knows everything that's going on. And that's not the only project. That's one of like 50 projects that I've seen you like participate in and shout out. So it's like, damn. Okay.
Yeah, I try
Props,
to
dude.
keep up with it. I mean, I love the metaverse, man. Like, and I can't get enough of it. So my wife probably hates it a little bit, um, but I'm obsessed, and this is what I love doing. So, I'm glad that all y'all really enjoy the content that I've been putting out there, and I hopefully my goal is that it helps keep you guys all up to speed on
No, you're
all
doing a
the
great
cool
job of
stuff.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You're doing a great job of that. Because if it wasn't for your show, I'd miss like 50 things that was going on daily. It feels like, but but
Yeah.
more like monthly. Like there's definitely a lot of stuff that's going on that I just don't. I have a hard time getting on Twitter these days, and because it's like it's either I scroll on Twitter for like an hour or I go and do something for that hour.
Right.
Um, so normally I only go on Twitter to like respond to messages and like put something out there, and then I try to get it off my screen as quickly as possible so that I can go and take care of my. See, I am not like you where I used to do apps and stuff on my phone, but I find that notifications is just too easy to get rid of for me. And
Mm.
it's definitely it helps for some people. I do traditional like I have so many notepads sitting around in different areas. I have this
Yeah, I
notepad
got
that yeah, it's probably the same
it.
notepad
I
too,
was saying,
isn't
I'm pretty sure it is the
it?
fungi one. Yep.
And then I have a red notebook that like anything that's super important gets put in like an actual planner.
Mm.
But I'm much more tactile. I like the something about writing something down gets it out of my head. And in order for it to get out, like in order for me to function as a human, I needed to get it out of my head because yeah,
Uh,
ADD without medication. So
s-
that's my solution.
same for sure. I mean, I'm very much ADD, and I think it's just I use the electronic version of that, and
Yeah,
either way, I think it really does help getting out of your head and
yeah,
putting it somewhere so you're not, because otherwise, at least this is how I function, is if I don't write something down or note it down into my phone, I just it's continually just like
exactly.
going in my head, and it's like I think I'm gonna forget it, and I know I'm not,
Yeah, dude. No, it
but
happens to
maybe,
me too.
but then sometimes I do forget it, and I'm like, God damn it, I should have wrote that down. What was I thinking?
100%, dude. Like every time I chat with Kyle and Andy all the time, and I'm sitting here and I write things down so that I can unwind. Because if I have a bunch of things or like sitting in my head that are like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. If I don't write stuff down, like I'm always just constantly cycling through that to-do list and going, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? If I write it down and I like give it a slot in my next days or whatever, then it just goes away and then I can like focus on whatever I need to actually do. Um, so yeah, I'm a big list maker. I'm a big proponent of lists.
The one thing with lists is that I found is you have to make sure that you actually are like have like some sort of schedule around going and like sorting through the list, because otherwise
Oh, that's so. I worked corporate for 10 years, and my day was basically based off the list. If I didn't have anything on the list, I'd be lost. I wouldn't know what to do. So I always check the list and I go, okay, I got to do that, that, that. At the end of my day, usually I spend the last 5-10 minutes rewriting my list for the next day. So now I basically I can make sure that I don't have to think when I get to work. Basically, I just get the list and it's thinking for me, and I have to just put the hands on the keyboard and do the thing
mhm.
that the notepad is telling me. And then at the end of the day, I just make sure I set some time aside. Now it's different. Now since I don't have like a set time that I'm working. I just whenever I'm awake, I'm working. I just have an ongoing rotating thing. So that's why like the post-it notes are nice for me because I can write stuff down and be like, okay, everything on this page is done. Boom, rip it out, and then you're back to a fresh like list. So yeah, if it wasn't for list though, I would be absolutely lost. If it wasn't for the fact that we could write things down as humans, I don't know how we would be functioning as a society. So I'm glad for the invention of writing.
Seriously,
And that's
if
what
you
I'd like to talk today about today on Behind the Avatar.
let's talk about writing. Let's start with the
Look at
ABCs.
everyone. This looks
Um,
awesome.
yeah,
Everyone has
shout
such
out.
awesome avatars.
I just rotated away, but we'll rotate back because yeah, you guys all do have awesome avatars.
I'm
I
gonna
just
walk
saw
through here.
somebody
It's
somebody
awesome.
popped in kind of in the middle of when we were talking. I don't know if it's a wet noodle or I can't
With this
see,
massive
but with the
alligator.
the massive alligator,
That's so
like
dope.
you want to show off that and walk down the runway in the middle, because I had not seen one like that before, and I was like,
His tail is
that's
in the ground and it's growing out the back of him. It looks awesome.
heck yeah.
I want to know what
Um,
avatar that is. That's awesome.
yeah, if you, I don't, is that wet noodle or who
Yeah,
who is
that
it?
that's
If
wet
you're
noodle.
if you can in the chat, let us know what that is. And and Sparky said this, which caught my eye. So very different to write versus typing it for me. And I
Yeah,
I I agree. Like whenever at least for me, whenever I'm processing thoughts and like trying to formulate my, basically when this is my creative mode, I have a huge notepad that I use. It's like something that artists probably use to draw on, but I use it to doodle on and draw and write words all over. But that's when I really like find like it's helpful to write versus typing, is like when I'm thinking things out, because I could show you, I can't reach it, but like I'll have like arrows drawn all over the place, and it's just a process. But yeah, it is definitely different to write versus
I
type, at least.
I've definitely seen that notebook.
Yeah. I definitely I show pictures of it every once in a while.
I
Oh,
think for
here.
me, I think the writing versus typing for me, typing is where the work happens, and so I can't I can't do the work and schedule the work in the same medium. I don't know if that makes sense. Like for me, I don't do anything. I don't ever write anything down on paper unless I have to do to-do lists. So for me, the act of writing is very much me just getting my brain on paper, and there I don't have to worry about like where is this going to go? Oh, am I going to see it? Because to your point is like you have to make a schedule around looking at the to-do list. And so the screens on my computer are already preoccupied with things that I actually have to do. And so this is really nice because I don't have to alt tab out of anything. I could just take a look and be like, oh, okay, I got to do that next. And then I just pop up a screen with that on there, you know? For me, if uh, I mean, I use notifications on my phone all the time as well. I mean, you can see one right there that says behind the avatar at 9 a.m. Wednesday, right? It's like, but the notifications on the phone and computer and like calendars and stuff like that don't work in getting me to remember that they're there because I already have to go do work on the computer. So but while I'm on the computer, it's like I need to pull myself away from the computer to reorganize myself and go, okay, now I got to do this next, and then go back to the computer. So but I think that both methods are obviously extremely valid. I wish I could do it more on PC because it would, well, first off, it's not a waste of paper, but
Yeah.
I have dude, I have boxes, and I'm not even kidding with. I have cigar boxes that I used to go buy, the cigar boxes when these places were they didn't need them anymore, and I would just slot my notebooks in there for. So
Okay.
I have probably 3 cigar boxes full of moleskins, those little tiny square notebooks.
Yep.
They're the ones that used to fit inside of my wallet here, and then yeah, I would just basically I would spend all day. This is my wallet carries a pencil in it and a pad of paper, so that I would just finish writing in this, and then when it was full, I would take it out of the notebook, slide it in, get a new one, and put it in there. And that's basically how I organized my life for years, just having it in my wallet.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I think there definitely is something to be said, and I feel like we're beating a dead horse at this point. But
Okay.
there is something to be said about writing versus typing, and the typing is what I use as like my organization. Like I organize by typing it out, but I think
No, it makes sense.
writing it out. So, anyways, oh. Wet Noodle just popped in the chat. It's
Astro Gator fam avatar is what I'm rocking, by the way. That's awesome.
It's super dope.
Gator fam avatar. I'm gonna have to take a look at those.
Seriously, it's crazy how many avatars are out there that probably nobody even knows about. Like that's
hey, great segue into
yes, very good segue. Let's segue there. What do you what is the Funguy
September
fam
15th
coming?
So September 15th, all your Funguys will be turning into avatars, and I am so stoked. We'll definitely have to like sync up and do another show around that time, because I want everyone to just like load in as Funguys. I think it'll be super super cool. But yeah, I'm super excited. We worked really hard to get this done, and a lot of conversations back and forth and everything. It'll be the first avatar that doesn't have hands, so you'll be running around with telekinesis arms.
I love that.
So yeah, and we did a custom dance for it as well. We have a lot of fun stuff, and I'm super excited. Like this is something that when I first created the Funguys, I was like, oh, it'd be cool to do avatars, but like, there's no way we're gonna get there at any point because logistically it was really complicated. I already knew that we would have to redo the smart contract in order to get it done, and it was just like, to me, that the problem just like got bigger and bigger the more I thought of what I would have to do for it, that I was just like, I'll just table it, and came up with other things to do with the Funguys, like making them NPCs instead and stuff like that. And then after a while I was like, man, I gotta figure out if we could do these avatar things. So about, I think it was like 6, maybe a little longer than that. It was probably around the beginning of the year that I started thinking about, okay, what's required to get these to become avatars. And we had to port over the smart contract. So the main reason we did the new smart contract for the Funguys and airdropped everybody a new Funguy was to get this done, was because they needed their own, they needed a bunch of stuff basically. And then on top of that, while we were at it, we added a few things into the smart contract that made my life a lot easier. So all the Tuschay coin generation and all that stuff, like being built into the smart contract, so that when you went to the page. You could just claim your Tuschay coin, and it wouldn't require a third party sending them out and everything. That made my life a whole heck of a lot easier. And then with that, we added a bunch of other things in there. You know, the OpenSea. Well, I don't know what they're gonna do now, but the OpenSea creator fee, like making sure that that's in the contract and everything, so that we could use OpenSea for secondary sales and all that stuff. We baked that all into the contract. But I mean, yeah, it's been a long time coming, and we're finally about here, September 15th. So a little bit less than a month now, and we'll be
September 15th. Fungui's in the sandbox. Hell yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
For those of you that don't have a Funguy yet, how can they get their hands on one?
Very, very easily. Go to funguy.family. It's a website. So you just funguy.family, and if you hit up funguy.family, you can read up all about us. I actually just added a new page in there because I come from, you know, I do art, and I have family members that don't know how to use crypto and all that stuff. I have friends that don't know how to use crypto and all that. So if you go to funguy.family right now and you want to figure out how to basically how to make Funguy your first NFT, there's under the resources, there's a page called how to get started. And that basically takes you from zero to hero in your Web3 journey. It tells you how to install MetaMask, how to get Coinbase installed, how to send funds from Coinbase to MetaMask, and then how to buy a Funguy, and how to use the Polygon network. It's very easy to follow, and it's just step by step. You know, if you just follow the whole guide, it's pretty short. You know, for everyone that's already knows how to do this, it'll probably take someone 15 minutes to kind of set everything up. The longest part is the KYC with Coinbase that you have to do. But then other than that, you're all set. So I made this page kind of to help people that are traditionally Web 2 to figure out how to dive into Web 3 for the first time. And who knows, maybe we get more people that are, you know, inspired to take a look at other projects and other cryptos and stuff like that.
Heck
change some lives out there.
Yeah, seriously. I love how this looks very, very intuitive and easy to follow. I created a channel in our Discord that basically walks people through how to do this as well. But I feel like it's a lot easier to read through it on a website versus in a channel like.
Well, it's cool because
you
can
Discord, and
you can pull it up on your phone. Yeah, you can pull it up on your phone and get everything linked up there. So you can even do it from the MetaMask app on your phone and stuff like that. So yeah, it just made it a little bit easier. And I've been meaning to work on this page for a couple months now, because I had some friends ask me how I don't even know how to. I mean, and it makes sense. Like the biggest problem that the NFT space has right now is onboarding. I mean,
100%.
It's still the most difficult thing to figure out how to do. You know, and once you're on this side of it, you're like, oh, it's not that hard, but it's daunting, right? Like as soon as you get started with it, if you want to learn about NFTs, like there's not a place that you can go to figure out everything. And not that this website solves that problem, but specific to our little ecosystem, it gets you involved, you know, and from there, I think curiosity kind of lets you explore more. And that's kind of what I was hoping for. But it's onboarding is the biggest problem with every single NFT platform out there, every single Web3 company. You know, there's a lot of companies that are trying to solve that onboarding issue, but onboarding into Web3 is currently, I think, the biggest barrier for mass adoption. Right. I think it needs to be as easy as setting up an email, and it's not right now. You know, it's you got to have someone. Just the fact that you got to write down a secret code that no one ever can use. Like it already freaks people out, and you're like, I'm not going to do that. So maybe next year when this is not a thing.
Like having to write down your seed phrase and stuff like that. That always, I feel like, is the first real like hiccup that people run into. They're like, wait, what? Like why do I have to write down these words and I can't show
and don't ever let anybody see it. By the way, everyone's gonna try to see it. Don't ever let them, you know. It's like, all right, I'm out of here, guys.
Especially like that combined with the ethos that is crypto as a scam that's very large right now. Like
exactly.
It's not good.
And that's what you kind of want to, like, I mean, it's really difficult when you build a page like this because you don't want to like go, hey, by the way, everyone's going to try to get this password from you. Don't ever open an email ever again, because you don't want to scare them out of it, right? But at the same time, you do want to tell them that there is something going on, right? So
Right.
it's like, how much do you educate versus like make it so that where do you cross the line of fear mongering, right? So it's like I try to just give the information out there. There's a little blurb in there that says like, don't ever share your secret phrase. It could be used to import your wallet into another MetaMask. If you wanted to maybe use it on a different computer, same account. But yeah, I think it's a good first step. It's something that I've been meaning to do, and I'm glad it's out there now. I've had a couple people go through it and didn't know anything about it from when they started, and by the end it seems to be doing pretty well. So
Nice.
but yeah, on the Funguy family website you can hit on connect or explore. Other way, connect or explore. um, and hit mint, and then you can scroll through all the Funguys that are available for purchase. You can toggle the show available slider once you connect, and then yeah, it's very simple. We try to make it as easy as possible.
Oh god damn it. Not logged in. Well, I'll I don't know.
Yeah, promise that's how it works.
Yeah, that's definitely how it works. Maybe I'll move it up here and get logged in, and I'll bring it back. But one thing that where was it? Huddle said something. That I think is super important, and it's awesome that you are addressing with your website, is that like she had never used Discord before getting into NFTs, and I think that's very true for a lot of people. So I think it is important to have websites and stuff out there that are helping, and not just relying on Discord, because I mean, although Discord is where a lot of the information is right now, I don't think that's how it's going to be for very, very long. I think
I'm going to say I find that frustrating right now. And I'm trying to steer away from it. Especially with the Funguy group. Like I love that Discord is a place for community. I love that it's a place that we can all have conversations and all that. But I hate when I try to get into a project and I have to go through their Discord to figure out just what's going on with the project.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first off, I try their website. I always try the website first. And then when I get confused enough on their website, I go to the Discord and start like poking around there to see if questions get answered. And more times than not, that's where you do get answers to questions right now, which is kind of a bummer. I think that especially projects that have now been around for 2 years, the Funguy family turns 2 September 7th. Once you get to that point, you have so many things that have happened over the last 2 years that's kind of really difficult to like catch up if you're just starting, right? Like if we get someone new to this Funguy family today, I don't want them to sit there and be confused or feel like they missed out on 2 years of things that happened. I want everybody to feel like they're part of the same family, right? So I try to make it as easy as possible to know what's going on via the website, and update that constantly, so that if you do go and want to pick up a Funguy today, you can go to the website and figure out everything that's going on, and you don't have to go and rely on the Discord for more information. Now, all the information is also mirrored on the Discord because there are people that prefer using Discord for that kind of thing. But I'm like Hodl, I prefer being on a website that shows me what's to do, rather than having to decipher which channel I have to be in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's too much,
I think like it makes sense to have the information somewhere in the Discord, because that is where a lot of people have just been like trained to go. But the user experience is so much better on a website.
You can control it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's way easier. Yeah, and like Hodl, I've never used really Discord. I think I had it and I used it for like gaming and stuff, but I wasn't on it constantly like I am now. Like now I'm just 24/7 when I'm on my PC. It's Discord is up on one screen, is just dedicated to Discord.
Which is crazy. It's like taking over our lives, and we didn't even ask for it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, I guess. I'm gonna show the screen here real quick just so that people can kind of see I got logged in here. So yeah, if you do want to pick up yourself a fungi, the cool thing about this collection is that you are able to see all of the if you toggle this to show all, you can see all the ones that are available for you to mint, and then you can just select whichever fungi really speaks to you. And I love that, like, not having, I mean, the randomization that a lot of projects use is fun in its own
It has its
sense,
place. It has
but
its place. Yeah.
but I like the approach that you took, where people can kind of scroll through and pick
I
out the
thought it
ones.
was I thought it was more personal. I had wanted a collection to do this, and I hadn't seen a collection do this, so I was like, let's just do it ourselves. Um, yeah, it was the way that I was hoping. I mean, most of the time when you're buying art, you get to see it before you buy it. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So it's like I kind of took that spirit in there, and plus it helps. You know, marketing wise, it helps when you can establish a connection to something before it's yours, because when it is yours, it becomes more personal. You know, and so I think that the reason that we have such a strong community, I think, I mean, I think only one person has ever sold their fungi after buying it. Um, the reason that happens, I think, is because you can create a connection. You can go, oh, you know, I really like 175 there. That one really speaks to me. And once you buy it, it's not like you have it and you're all of a sudden like, oh, I wish I would have, you know, because you already went through the list.
Right.
So it builds this connection with the actual art that I think makes it so that people go and say, okay, I actually wanted this and I got it and now it's mine and I'm not going to get rid of it. You know, that's it's a lot better than being like, I don't know which one I'm going to get. I really want the one with the fuzzy hat, but if I don't get the one with the fuzzy hat, I'll just sell the one that I have now and then get the one with the fuzzy hat later. You know, it's like
Uh-huh.
it, you know, it doesn't help with secondary sales, but that's not really what I'm concerned with. You know, I just want people
Yeah,
to get what they want, you know, and not have to have FOMO or anything like that.
right. Like at the end of the day, I mean, a little bit of the randomization is just like fun because that's what
Yeah.
we enjoy as humans. But at the end of the day, if you look at it from like a founder business perspective, the reason they're doing the randomization and the delayed reveals is so that they can make extra money, because
Yes.
people speculate and they start trading, and then they're raking in the dough. And now OpenSea, along with a lot of other marketplaces, is making that not be the case anyway. So we're
Yeah.
probably going to move away from that into the near future. Anyway,
Hopefully,
so
hopefully we
yeah,
were ahead of the curve when we look back in a year or two. It's like, oh, they did it, and you know, it worked out really well. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think, like you said, a lot of these projects are concerned with selling out and making sure that, you know, people are try to get the rare one, you know, or something along those lines. But I just want everyone to like what they get, you know, and so why does not
uh-huh.
let them choose first?
Yeah, and now you guys are also like you're scrolling through and you're picking out the art that you like as far as the mushroom, but you're also gonna be able to use one of these dope avatars that is gonna resemble that piece that you picked to mint. So
I am so
um,
excited about this.
yeah, they turned out so good, and I love that they don't have arms. I know that that was maybe
They
like,
fought me on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I fought back. I thought, yeah, I just asked them, do mushrooms have arms, and they said no, and I was like, there you go. Like, they can't have arms. So um so yeah, that's kind of what they I'm glad they didn't come back with they don't have sentience either, but so but no, I'm glad they turned out the way that they did. I think they look awesome. The team did an awesome job with it. Shout out to Biyagi, Wayward, Kyle. I hope I'm not missing anybody that helped with this project. I'm sorry if I have, but a shout out to everybody on the team. They did a great job with it, and I'm super happy with the results.
100%. And I had it up there. I'll pull it up here again. If anyone is maybe doesn't have the budget to pick one up, but wants to be a part of this fun journey that the Fungi family is
Oh,
going
here
on,
I'll.
Hodl is going to be doing a fungi giveaway on her Twitter. So make sure you go follow Hodl Hill. I'm pretty sure her handle is Hodl Hill on
Let
Twitter.
me send you. Let me send you an image for that, this is the actual avatar that we will be giving away through Huddle Stream. Well, Huddle will be giving it away. Here you go. There's a link to. I sent it to you on Discord. It's a little blue fungi. I don't know if I'm supposed to reveal this, Huddle, but I am. I'm sorry.
too late. It's in my hands now, and I'm gonna reveal it. Let's open this bad boy up. Wrong screen. Get down here. And so many screens. I need some other solution for this. Boom.
There you go. It
is.
That's your adorable little fungi.
So make sure you go follow Hodlhill, HODLHIL, over on Twitter, and keep your eyes out. Maybe put on notifications so you don't miss it, because that's going to be a fun one to be wandering around the sandbox in.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see fungi just running around. That's going to be so exciting. So with that, we have a few things launching as well in September. The Fungi Family shop will be live, so that's where everyone will get to go and spend their Tuschay coin. Finally, we've been working on that for a while. I know you know extensively what that process has been like.
It's awesome to see it come to life.
Oops. Yeah. So that is happening September as well. I did send you a few previews if you want to go ahead and show that. We haven't shown the products underneath this yet, but we will show them right now. So you'll also see the pricing there as well. The website's really intuitive. Shout out to our dev Squirtle. He was able to make this super easy for everybody to use. So there's a 2-step process. You pay for the Tuschay coin, and then it sends you to our shipping portal, and then you have to pay for shipping separately. I made everyone pay for shipping separately because it's really difficult to determine the cost of this when it goes to shipping things overseas. I sold stickers for a while, but I only sold them in the US. So for me, it was really difficult to figure out what the pricing was going to be on that and everything. So we're working with Shopify to kind of create a payment portal that's easy to understand. So the product is free as long as you have the Tuschay coin, obviously. And then the shipping it'll be listed very cheaply just to get it over there to you guys. So, but yeah, we'll have the first 5 products are the 2 sticker sheets, the coloring book that you see there, the poster, and then a new t-shirt that is not for sale anywhere else, with the Fungi Family avatars on there. So I'm very excited.
Heck yeah. And is that the same as this?
It's the image that's on there. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's dope. So and how, maybe you said it and I missed it, but how are people getting Tuschay so that they can buy these things in the store?
This is going to be fun because we're probably going to see everyone stand up and run around now. But there are currently 2 Easter eggs hidden in this social hub that if you bring them to me while we're on stage, you get 1,000 Tuschay coin.
Oh shit.
So go and look for those. And if you bring them to me on stage, the first 2 people that are already running out,
there they go. Go find it.
So you got the key. The key is not what we need. We need the mushroom, the Easter egg shroom. If you haven't seen the Easter egg shroom, type it into OpenSea or go look for it, or you'll probably find it. You'll see it here in a second when someone brings it. But there's 2 of them hidden there. If you guys get one of them, bring it to me. That's 1,000 Tuschay coin. So we're gonna give out 2,000 Tuschay coin inside of the hub today. And yeah, and I'm gonna do more contests. So there's a bunch of ways to earn Tuschay coin. The main way is with your fungi. Your fungi generates Tuschay coin every month, every day. Really, you can go in there and claim it every day. Currently, also all the fungi that haven't been purchased are accumulating Tuschay coin. So if it's your first time connecting to our website and buying a fungi, that fungi, when you purchase it and go to the claim page, will already have a stash of Tuschay coin. I think at this point it's probably like 500 Tuschay coin that they each have, something along those lines. And yeah, so they generate the Tuschay coin. There's contests that we do. We just did 5 weeks of leaderboard contests for the Forest Cake. All the people that won top 10 and top 20 through those got Tuschay coin as well. So there's many ways to get Tuschay coin. It's not just with Funguys, but it is the main way. It's the consistent main way to get them.
It's a
Yeah,
nice passive way to
yeah,
to
exactly.
be getting it. Yeah. I keep telling myself this, and maybe I actually will do it. I need to go pick up some more so I can, because that's what you kind of addressed this in the beginning. But I have so many things going on, so I love whenever there's like a passive way to be like staying up to speed with different projects.
I think that's why. So before, previously, you had to go and check into the Discord to earn the Tuschay coin and do all this stuff. I wanted to get rid of all that because I didn't want to give people another job to do in their lives. So yeah, this is just a lot easier. You just go on the website whenever, and it's not like if you don't claim it, they go away. You can claim it in a year from now, and they'll still be there. So, but with that, we do have a bunch of other products that I'm excited to put up on the shop. They haven't been finished yet. I will show one of them here in a second. I just got to stand up, but I don't want to do that right now. But there's the figures that are coming, so I'm super excited about this. I've always wanted to make like designer figures, like the ones that I have on my shelves back here all over the place. So we're finally going to be making one. I actually was, yeah, Andy's loaded right now.
Just swimming in Tuschay coin.
Yeah. But I think that's probably the thing that I'm most excited about in the short future here. Funguy avatars is definitely up there on the list, but for me, I've always been a collector of like toys and designer toys and trinkets like that. So I've been following Alex Solis's art for a really long time. He's the guy who created these right here and a bunch of this one right here, if you can see it. And so when he launched his NFT project about almost a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago at this point. I started scooping up a bunch of those things because I'm like a huge fan of his work. And then we got to chatting, and I hope I can say we're friends now. But he actually was kind enough to send me and connect me to his manufacturer that makes these figures for him, and they're super high quality. I've always seen them; people love them. So we're making our figure with the same exact manufacturer and with the same exact art box. So they'll come in like a fancy box like this. It's a beautiful, like really heavy duty box. Like foam. It even has a seat belt for like the thing. It's intense. Maybe I'll do a preview later.
I was gonna say you have to do an unboxing or something.
Yeah,
whenever you get that.
I definitely will be doing that. I'm actually getting the sample shipped to me right now, so I'll probably have it sometime next week. And I'm really excited. It'll be 8 inches, so about this big for the mushroom house.
Okay.
And then it'll be a heavy duty like resin, like it's almost like ceramic. So you kind of want to put it up on a shelf. It's not one of those like things that you give to your kids to play with. But because I wanted to do something like that as well, and I have nephews, I created this one. This is the other mushroom house, and this is a PVC rubber type of material that you can drop, and nothing happens to it. It's like a lot more sturdy. It's meant for kids to actually be able to like play with it and stuff like that.
Nice.
And it won't break. So there's 2 different versions. This one, there's going to be a quantity of 500 of these, and it'll have our branding on the bottom and everything. And then the resin, the high quality resin figures with the art box and the display kit and all that stuff will be 100 of those. So 500 of these smaller ones and 100 of the larger ones. And I'll have certificate of authenticities in there, signed, numbered. So you'll have a numbered mushroom house and all that stuff for the resin one. And that'll be launching as soon as I can, really. I don't know. It's my first time kind of doing a manufacturing process overseas. And then, the logistics that comes with all that,
Yeah.
I had to learn a lot for this. I had to learn, well, first off, how to really get something communicated with someone that is literally on the other side of the world that's building these for us. Shipping times, import rules, like regulations. I did packaging design for a long time for cannabis companies. So I was familiar with that. There are rules for imports and stuff like that. FDA rules and all what have you. So I had to figure out all that stuff, and now that we've got that all figured out, yeah, we're working on actually manufacturing them. They're probably going to take another 45 days, if I had to guess, to actually build the resin ones. These are already in production so possibly these launch first before the resin ones. But I will be, yeah, and I'll give you guys the heads up on the pricing and all that stuff in Tuschay Coin. But those will be available in Tuschay Coin, and then a short while afterwards they'll be available for USD on my website as well. So yeah, we're gonna do two different things, and then with the launch of these guys, I'm going to start trying to bring the fun guys into more in-person events. So I'm going to be attending a bunch of events with all the artwork, right? So I did conventions in the past. I want to get back into them, and I want to do them more with centered around the fungi art. So we'll have a bunch of these at like figure conventions. I'm going to be going to Designer Con and Emerald City Comic Con and San Diego Comic Con and probably South by Southwest, a bunch of different events that are going to be in person, to kind of try bringing in more people into the Web3 world. And if they don't want to be involved in the Web3 world, but they just want to see what's going on with the fun guys and all that stuff, I'm happy with that as well. Yeah. So get the fun guys everywhere.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's a good approach. And we see some of the more blue chip projects kind of leaning this way, where they're, now that they basically have tapped into and
Yeah.
maybe exhausted the Web3 customer base, now they're expanding out to doing more of the Web2 / just art in general kind of stuff. So I think you're definitely on the right tracks in doing that, because that, I mean, at the end of the day, that's how, and we talked about earlier, that's like how we're going to get people onboarded to the Web3 side of things, is by finding them outside of the Web3 space.
And traditionally, I mean, this like the place that people go to find out about new projects, really, traditionally speaking, especially at events like Comic-Con and stuff like that. You browse through the artist alley and you're like, holy crap, this person makes really cool art, and then you end up following them for years, right? I find that like in-person events, when you meet someone in person, you have a stronger bond, really, and then from there you can kind of continue to follow their work. I've had people follow my art from online, and I can tell you for sure that the people that meet you in person first, before they know anything about your art, and then they get involved with your art, stay around for much longer than the people who just find out about you online and saw you because of the art first. Because there's just so much of that, right? So it's like you gotta kind of stand out somehow. So these are in-person events. I'm a lot better in person as well. Like, I think, I've learned how to use the computer to run a business, but like,
yeah,
I'm much easier going in person, and my anxiety doesn't have to take over my life at that point.
Yeah. No, I feel that. And speaking of in-person events, I saw this comment a little bit ago from One Box, that he's wondering if you or I are going to be at NFT Paris, which I just looked it up, and
When is that?
Curious. So it is, the third edition is going to be on the 23rd and 24th of February.
I probably won't be. I'll just say it right off the bat. I probably won't be. I haven't been to Europe yet. I really want to, but that specific time frame is when Emerald City Comic Con happens here in Seattle. So I'm going to be taking all of our products over there, and that's another thing that logistically is a nightmare, when you have physical products like figures and stuff like that. I mean, these figures aren't small, and like the box for them is like, it's a pretty hefty box. So just storing 100 of those in my apartment is like a nightmare, let alone bringing them to conventions and stuff like that. So I basically have to drive to all these conventions, and when it comes to something like NFT Paris, it's like, I could try to figure out how to ship everything over there and stuff, but it's so much. It's so much.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's probably a more down the road thing. Like eventually,
Yeah,
you get to the point where it makes sense to be at
but I
all
do
of the
have to
things. But
say, one of the most fun events so far that we've ever had has been NFT NYC with the sandbox and everything.
I
Forgot what
wish I
year
would have
that,
been there.
2021 was it?
21, I think, is yeah.
Yeah, that has probably been the most memorable event for me so far in the NFT space in general, and a sandbox event. Like, I've been to a few sandbox events now. That one for me was the best because we got to meet everybody. We did, like, I mean, let alone the sandbox threw an incredible party during that thing. But it was definitely, so I am looking forward to going to the next NFT NYC. And I hope it's as cool as the last time I remember it. But that, yeah, I definitely want to do more in-person events. I think that that social interaction is something that we don't get a lot of, right?
Mhm.
And when we can get it, especially in an NFT space, it's like, let's go and touch grass. In that case, touch some concrete, but
Yeah.
still same
Oh,
thing.
yeah, and I agree. Like the I love the aspect of the metaverse and how it's really bringing a lot of people from all over the world together.
Yeah,
But then I think that then that's the next piece of the puzzle is then layering on different events throughout the year that the people that you meet in the metaverse, then you can go and
yeah,
meet them and do fun stuff at in real life events, which I think is super important because otherwise it starts to get into that dystopian future vibe of everyone is
yeah, yeah.
stuck in their
Wally.
computer and all. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think that the in real life, like actual conferences and events, are super important.
yeah, 100%.
And I definitely want to be going to more. I hope to record some episodes of Behind the Avatar from
That'd be
different
awesome.
conferences eventually, and who knows, maybe that'll be what I'll do with the band once I get it, is just travel to all the different events and host shows out of that or something.
Yeah,
But yeah, I to to get back to the question, I don't think that I will be able to make it to Paris either. I'm definitely going to be traveling a bunch here coming up, but I think I'm going to be in South America in that time frame. I forget where we were going to go. I don't know. My wife has has more of a plan of everywhere that we're going to be going, but I don't think I'm going to be anywhere near Paris. So probably not this year, but definitely is on
it's
my
on my
list.
radar. Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's on my radar as one of
I
the events.
I yeah, I haven't really explored Europe all that much, and it's definitely a place that I want to explore. So I'll probably try and plan a trip that's kind of around some of the bigger events that are there, so that while I'm over there, I can go and meet up with y'all. I think that'll be fun. But if you end up going, One Box or anyone else, hopefully you can share some footage or something so that we can at least kind of feel like we're there, because it's like you're saying, it's different, and I'm bummed that I didn't get to go to the New York one, because I feel like it would have been great to meet everyone in person
Yeah, it
and
was it was crazy. I enjoyed it a lot. It was jam packed with stuff to do the entire time, so much so that, like, I was like, I really want to do things at night too. And by the time it got to nighttime, I was like, I'm just gonna sleep. This sounds like a great idea. Um, I see a question from One Box in there that says, Touche, when do I get to use my Easter egg to solve another hunt? And that is coming soon. I'm trying to get more Easter eggs in more people's hands before that happens, because that's going to be a big contest that, well, I'm not going to reveal too much about it because that's the nature of the Easter egg shroom. It's a surprise. But yeah, I got to get more of them distributed before that happens.
what is the Easter egg shroom? I don't even.
So, okay, so the Easter egg shroom came from really my the way that I wanted this to kind of get realized was, um obviously we've all seen Ready Player One, right?
Yep.
And to Easter eggs to me in video games is like one of the most fun things to look for.
Mhm.
So when it came to that, I was like, let's make an asset that was the asset of the metaverse that, or at least the sandbox metaverse, that is the Easter egg. Like this is the Easter egg, right? And at least specific to my ecosystem, right? So
Yeah.
this is the Easter egg shroom, and it's basically the Easter egg that you'll find in all of our Funguy games, right? If you find the Easter egg shroom in some way, shape, or form, you will receive one, and from there, that Easter egg shroom then becomes a token that I can use to gate a specific experience for Easter egg shroom holders. So basically, I'm gathering everybody that's really good at looking for Easter eggs, giving them one of these Easter eggs, and then I'm going to put them all in one experience to compete against each other.
Hell yeah.
Because why not, right? It's
Why not? It's
put
right.
the best of the best, put the best of the best in the same room together and see what happens. And see who's the ultimate Easter egg champion, right? And so that experience that I'll be launching for the Easter egg shroom holders will be all tailored around finding secret Easter eggs. And that experience is going to look like nothing I've ever done before. It's going to be extremely strange. And you'll have to figure out what's going on in there. And then if you do, you get a grand prize where I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I've had the grand prize in my head for 2 years at least now, since I kind of created the Easter egg shroom. And I knew that we were going to do it. And the first one that we ever launched was in the Boop Goop Social Hub, where we hid it somewhere and someone got it. And then we did it again in Alpha Season 2, 3, and now we're doing it. I mean, someone found one about 3-4 weeks ago inside of this hub, and then I just removed it.
Nice. Is what everyone's looking for right now the same?
Yeah, the same Easter egg shroom.
The same Easter egg shroom. And is it not this? Somebody to
No, that's the key. That's the so. Okay. But I will say something. So all of these items, the Easter egg shrooms, are set up as multiplayer pickable items. So if you have it, someone could potentially steal it from you. So don't drop it until you bring it to me. But that key might be used to get one of them. I'll just say that.
Well, it looks like Sparky just swiped that key from you. So you're gonna have to
Sparky said yoink and then ran off.
This is awesome. So okay, and so then I guess now my head is going through, and it sounds like this is what you're doing. So the people that find these Easter eggs right now
they get Tuschay coin.
Getting Tuschay coin.
Yeah.
Sweet. And then are they also going to be able to be part of that thing, or is that something totally different?
No, we have I was going to do an Easter egg hunt in this, but normally the Easter egg hunts are pretty difficult.
Gotcha. So it's
they take longer time.
A planned event. Gotcha.
I didn't want us to sit here for 5 hours before someone found it. And then on top of that, I didn't know only one. You can only claim one per person because I really want all 200 of them. There's only 200 of them, and I really want all of them to be given to someone who's going to use it so that they can go and play the next experience. So I want them to be evenly distributed. So you can only claim one, and I did that on purpose so that it's for that.
Makes sense.
But
this is taking longer than I expected. Maybe you hit him a little harder than
I tend to do that.
I was gonna say I think I've heard that before from I think what Panda was complaining at one point that your challenge, I think it was a coins challenge or something. But I love it. I think harder is better in my opinion. But
we changed the way that the coins work in this experience now. Basically, you and everybody in here are all looking for the coins as well. So as long as you're in here and someone else collects all 25 coins, it counts for you as well. And there's now 30 coins. So you're welcome, Panda.
Yeah, I know that was her biggest complaint is you had exactly
the amount that she did not like that.
Which, I don't know. I kind of do like it, but I see both sides of the coin.
Same.
So it is frustrating if you can't find one and you can't finish it, but at the same time, that's part of the challenge. I don't know. There's probably both, depending on what type of challenge it is.
Yeah,
and how
it's
hard do you want it?
something for everybody. So let's change it up sometimes, and let's add a few extra there.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Dude, okay, so you guys have the avatars coming out,
Yep.
and you have a couple games playable inside the sandbox that are live right now. I've been showing people the Floor is Cake here for a while. But you also have what other Fungi
Fungi
Bug
Bug
Out?
Out. Yep, Fungi Bug Out's out. It's a game from the perspective of the Gastro guys, which are the fungi's biggest enemies. So you play as a Gastro guy in that experience, and you go around basically the life of a Gastro guy. It's a top down kind of explorer type of game. Though what I envisioned for that game when we first started coming up with the concept was the original Legend of Zelda, where it was top down. You know, you were in a screen that you had things to do on a screen. And you can go, left, right, up, down, and you can go into a different one of those like little maps, right? And so it all had to do with these quadrants, really. So when we were planning this game out, the way that I wanted it to work was basically quadrants. So you are in a square room. There's 16 of these like areas on the map, and to get from one to the other, you have to solve something in one to get to the next one, to get to the next one, to get to the next one, and then to the boss. So it's meant as kind of like a grid type game, and it's over top view. You want to move around the camera when you're in there and kind of like see different perspectives. And Steven did a really good job in creating that experience where as you're going through and venturing from one part of the experience to the other, you'll see little scenes happening above, like where your camera is positioned. You'll see little scenes happening and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I love that game, but like I do recognize that RPGs and platformers aren't for everybody. So we came up with like an arcade game, and that's where the Floor's Cake kind of came up with. And then we have the social hub, obviously that we're all in right now. That's live. And then next on the roster is Fungi Kingdom. So finally, after over 2 years of development, Fungi Kingdom will be launching soon. I'm getting that ready. Actually, a bit of a beans here, but that'll be launching in 0.9. We already have an early access version of 0.9 that we're going to be working with
Nice.
to get it done. And yeah, I'm extremely excited about that. So that game will be launching in 0.9. That'll be the next game that we launch on the roster. And then after that, well, we have a bunch of stuff. Actually, probably before that, we launched the Fungi Family Fort. That'll be so the social hub that we're in right now is the one that's going to be open for everybody to always be able to use for any for any type of game that they want to do or whatever we want to host for the public. The Fungi Family Fort will be an estate. It's an experience that's 4 times the size of this, so it's a 2x2, and it'll be used for a lot of the same things, but it's token gated to just fungi families. So the next play to earn that we do is going to be through that experience, and all the play to earn really that we do from now on is going to be token gated for fungi avatar holders, which is fungi family, NFT holders. So the what I really wanted to do, and the last 5 weeks we were testing this out, was figuring out the right structure for a kind of a play to earn inside of the sandbox, and what rewards really made sense to give to everybody. And we changed those up a bunch throughout the 5 weeks that we ran the contest. Changed the way that the contest works. Was it timed? Was it not timed? What were we doing in the contest? And I got a lot of valuable information from all that. That I'm going to be using to basically now create the contests for the fungi holders. So all the play to earn that we're going to be doing from now on is going to be for fungi holders specifically. And yeah, I'm extremely excited. I think that this is the way that I've been speaking about the sandbox now is not as a platform that's in development still and all that stuff. And like, hey, it's coming, it's live. Like in my book, like, the sandbox is live. We're playing the sandbox from the map. We clicked on it. Like we're playing the game, right?
Yeah.
And so right now it's kind of like, what are we doing with it now, right?
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I think that's where this is what I'm excited about now, is like the next, 6 to 12 months is going to really see a difference in the way that we interact with Sandbox and the community and everything that we do. Should now we have no excuse not to jump into the game and play
Right.
the games, right? So now people are going to be creating better games, and this is really where that kind of the competitive nature between studios really benefits all the users, right? Because
Yep.
now everyone's going to be trying to make games that are, retaining audience attention, making them play again, are fun in different aspects, RPG, platformers, puzzle games, arcade games. And then we're all going to just try to get better, right? And then learn from what we did and then try to do it again and all that stuff. So I'm extremely excited about that. I think that we are finally in a place that I can say that I'm I'm really excited for the future of the sandbox now. And yeah, it's only going to get better from here, I think.
Yeah, I agree, and I think we're at this stage now, like you said, that and it's interesting. I feel like more people should be jumping in these games
I
and checking
agree.
them out, because like we were waiting so long for the map to go live, and now it actually is live. Um, not that it
Should probably
changes
do
that
this
much,
too.
um, but now that it is live, like now this is the time for us to really get to experiment and figure out what people want to be doing inside of it, and how we can use the platform to grow our brand. Like I'm
Yeah,
speaking from my side of things, like how, like what can I do inside of here that takes the podcast that I'm doing to the next level, and we're already experimenting with that right now. Like I think having a treasure hunt going on in the background while we're chatting and people are listening in, I think that's an awesome use case, and it's only going to get cooler. We'll be able to debut different games. Like the Pickaxe Master just launched their game. Like if
that
I
was
would
this
have,
morning, right?
yeah, this morning. Shout out Pickaxe Master. If you guys haven't, go check out the mine. I don't remember what they call it. Sorry,
Misty
Pickaxe.
Mountain.
Misty Mountain. Go check out Misty Mountain, and you can climb some of their leaderboards. They have a free to play leaderboard, so even if you don't have any of their stuff, you can play that. But if we would have, we did the show yesterday, but if we would have done it today, we could have all hopped in. I don't know if it's a multiplayer. It might not be multiplayer, but anyways, for use of an example, we could have all hopped in and like checked out the game together. So like I think we're just getting started, and
Yeah,
how the sandbox can be leveraged, how all kinds of different metaverses will be able to be leveraged. So it's an exciting time for sure.
and
And
I think this is where I was like earlier. The first thing I asked you was like, how do you keep up with all that? It's like that's where I'm gonna start seeing. That's where I start needing resources, right? Where it's like, how do I keep up with everything that's gonna be happening in the sandbox? Like, I actually recently found, and I want to shout them out because I saw this for the first time, and I was like, this is a great, uh, this is something that I wish were to happen more often, and was happening earlier. But you should all follow, and
I think I know who you're talking about.
this is you should all follow a Rash Selective. It's
Yes.
ARASH. Can I just drop a link in here?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Um, you should all follow this person. I don't know who they are. I've just seen their threads, and they basically compile weekly threads on what's going on in the sandbox. And it has been extremely helpful for me to kind of look at this and see what's going on. So shout out to you guys. I don't know if it's a group of people, if it's one person. If it's a one person thing, then amazing. If it's a group of people, you guys are doing great. I love this. I think we need more resources like this, where we need to figure out what's going on inside of the sandbox, and like your show does for the metaverse, in general, we need more resources to tell people what's going on, because it's hard
Totally.
to figure it out. I'm involved in this space, and it's difficult for me to even know what's going on, right? Um, so yeah, follow them. I think they're great. They do threads weekly on what's going on in the sandbox. So if you would
Yeah,
need to
and
find
that
something out.
I've been leaning on on their threads too. Like that's I appreciate people that are doing stuff like this, because like in my head I tell myself, oh, like I should be like creating threads of like everything that I'm talking about and all this, but like I can't keep up with all of that. So like having
It's hard.
having other people doing these kind of things, and then I
It's
have the
super
shows going
helpful.
on. Like, yeah, it's very helpful. So
Yeah.
I appreciate Arash Selective and whoever else is putting out good content.
Yeah, and if there's any other accounts like this, please share them with me, because I would love to follow them all and retweet them and stuff like that. I mean, it's super cool. But yeah, I think that we're gonna need this. I mean, there's 166,000 lands. We're never gonna figure out what's going on every single one of them. We
Yeah.
need people to tell us where to go, and when events are active and stuff like that, and whose accounts to follow to figure out more. You know, like I think that's super helpful. So yeah, super cool of them.
Whoops. And shout out OG Shakespeare. I know you always are talking what's going on inside of the sandbox. I wish I could tune into your show more often. It's not really at a great time for me, but maybe it's different now. Now that I don't have the normal day-to-day job, I might be able to join in a little bit more. What time do you stream, Shakespeare? If you want to drop that in the chat so that people can kind of keep an eye out for that. But Shakespeare's a wealth of knowledge too. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely people out there. I think it's just kind of getting the awareness out there for everyone, so that you know where to look to find the information. And that's one thing that I hope to be able to bring inside of the sandbox too, is like whenever I do finally get the land developed that I want to develop, I do want to have like an area. Maybe there would be a way to show a Rash Selectives thread somehow, in so that people can just come to a central location, and then there's like a hub area that you can get all the different information and all the feeds, so that you
like remember our pay-per-view, our TV guide idea, but except for exactly.
Yeah,
That's that would be amazing. You know, One Box just sent me an image of them. It says, "Once a hacker, always one," and they're in the middle. They've merged themselves with the blocks. They are now part of the ecosystem. So good luck getting out of there, sir.
I was gonna say, are you stuck now?
You might have to reload. I do want to shout out Andy and his project real quick, because I know you guys are gonna have him on, but here, let me send you a link real quick, dude, because I want you to pull this up if possible. So I worked with Andy for it was months. Andy, you'll be able to tell people better than I will. But I helped Andy create the artwork for the Frenchies. And then I just surrendered it all over to him and told him, do something. No, he wanted me to help him with it, and we created these images that he is now put onto smart contract. Everything's ready, and they're live for Nina holders. So if you hold a Nina, the French Bulldog NFT from the sandbox, you can go in and claim one of the Frenchies. And they're live, so you can see the OpenSea collection. You can see the different ones that people have. I'm biased, but I'm super happy with the way everything turned out. I hope you guys like it. And yeah,
I think they're super fun. I have been privy to seeing a lot of the images, but I don't think I ever saw any of the toys, and I love the addition of the toys. I don't know if that was something
he asked me
planned.
he asked me to add those at the end. So we created the toys right at the end of it, and they're based on real life Nina toys. So she has these toys in her. She has a lot of toys. let's be clear. She has a lot of toys, just like Carl does. But yeah, these are some of her favorite toys that we created for the NFT themselves. So I'm really excited. The collection's launched, so everyone can go check it out. And then I think, Andy, can you let us know what the public launch date is going to be? I think it's next week, but I might be wrong.
I was gonna say, I thought I saw a tweet that said it was going to be in a week or something, but
yeah,
28th is what Go West is guessing.
28th is the public sale. So yeah, so on the 28th, I'm definitely going to go up in there and pick up a few of them. There's some numbers that I always like to pick up from NFT collections, so I'm going to see if I can get those. But 28th, you'll be able to do your minting and pick up some more of the Ninas. I think it's 65 Matic. And if you didn't tell people that so far, I'm sorry. I just revealed that. And it
Well,
will
now you
either be
know.
at 12 p.m. UTC or 8 p.m. UTC. So either one of those time slots, and you can go. And if you have currently in your wallet a French Bulldog NFT, one of the assets from the sandbox, you can go in and claim one right now for free. So it's right now it's like the open claim period. And I think a bunch of them have been already. Yeah, 31
It
of
looks
them have
like
already been
31
claimed.
have already been picked up, so that's awesome. I don't know how many Frenchies are out there
That's
yet.
that's the number. Oh, I think 31 is how many have been claimed right now, and there's 1,300 of them. 13,
1313.
1,313 actually. Yeah, 1313. And then the last 13 we're gonna be doing one of ones for. So,
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, very excited about this. Everyone should go and check those out.
Oh, if I would have scrolled further. Thanks, Andy. Yeah. So 1313 total. There's going to be 13 custom 101s, 50 giveaways, competitions. There's 200 OG Nina holders and 1050 for the general sale. Nice. How did I forget how was that all through stream watching the stream was how people were getting the OG
Yeah.
Ninas?
Yeah, so you can go on Andy's stream, you can watch his stream, you can get channel points, and then from there you can claim a Nina. And I have, I think, enough channel points to claim another 1.5 Nina, I think. So, Andy, if you want to do a stream at some point and where I can give those points to someone, let me know. But I think right now, I'm not sure, Andy, can you correct this? I think the whitelist for the claims has already been set up. So, oh, Noodle found the first Easter egg.
Ooh, let me
Let's
switch
go.
over.
But yeah, just to wrap up on that, I don't know, Andy. You can let everybody know in the chat if they can still claim a Nina asset and the Nina, how that works. If they claim one right now on your stream. Wet Noodle, congratulations. Please send me
Nice.
your address.
GG.
There's one more out there, guys. I don't know which one you picked up. You can let everybody know, or you can keep it secret. So
I'm gonna be dropping a
awesome.
form here in a little bit. So make sure you fill that out, Wet Noodle, and I'll get your address sent over to Tuschay, or you can
Perfect.
send it yourself. Either way. But yeah, for those of you that are still tuned in, I'll drop that link here in just a second. We are lucky enough to have a giveaway sponsored by the Sandbox that we're going to be doing for every show every week for as long as the Sandbox keeps sponsoring it. I guess they haven't really given me a deadline, but 250 sand a week is what they are letting me give
That's
away.
awesome.
So I've kind of broken it up into the different shows, and I just kind of staggered it and ramped it up as the week goes on. So yesterday we gave away 30 sand on the Metaverse Spotlight for Pickaxe Master. Today on this stream we are giving away 40 sand to one lucky listener. And then tonight we had to cancel the show tonight with and I always butcher his name, Surudi Ryu. A bunch of you guys were telling me to get him on the show, and he was going to come on, but he just had his baby. So
Congrats.
So congrats to him. But he's super busy with new baby dad life. So we canceled it, but I decided I'm going to, instead of premiering, I'm going to start premiering the episode replays over on YouTube at like 9 p.m. because usually that's when my 7 p.m. show kind of wraps up. But I'm going to premiere Sebastian's show on Behind the Avatar at 7 p.m. tonight. And in that chat, if you show up on YouTube, in that chat, I'll drop the form in there and we'll give away the 50 sand there.
Nice.
So make sure you guys tune in and catch that. If you already saw it, I'm not going to make you watch the whole replay. So I'll drop the form in the beginning and at the end. So make sure you tune in early to get on that form, and then you'll have a chance to win. What was I supposed to be doing? I was supposed to be giving you guys the form link for this one.
Just sent Wet Noodle. I just sent you the 1,000 Tuschay coin. So I'm now holding onto this
Nice.
Easter egg shroom, so no one can steal it from me. And if you go and find the other one, I will give you another 1,000 Tuschay coin if you find it or if someone else finds it. So
game on. I just dropped the attendance form in the chat. Nice. The secret word for today is going to be fungi, Funguy, or however you spell it, fungi.
That's it.
Yeah, and yeah, go fill that out, and you'll be entered in to win 40 sand for one listener today, and everyone that fills that out, as long as you're inside of our Discord, you're going to get hooked up with 420 experience points. The experience points are going to allow you to redeem for different metaverse wearables that we're going to be releasing here in the near future.
Have you shown anybody?
I did. I showed a teaser in the Discord, so you guys should get in there and scroll up inside of the chat just a little bit, and you'll see it. They're turning out so goddamn awesome. You have really put together a standout team building inside of the sandbox. So shout out Biagi for
Biagi's the GOAT. He's doing so good. Yeah, I think it was actually the last Behind the Avatar that I think it was right after the last Behind the Avatar that you joined the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. So yeah, and so ever since then, just so everybody knows, Crafter and I have been working together and kind of developing all of everything that he needs to create inside of the metaverse as well. So that's where this background that you see here came up, and then we're creating a whole experience for you, right? So like,
it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited where it's going, and I know your team is gonna crush it. So you guys are gonna want to stay tuned for that, especially if you like competing in competitions inside of the sandbox, because that's what I love doing. So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. And if competing's not your thing, we're still gonna do all these kind of shows and stuff for you too. So there'll be a nice balance of everything. But yeah, we've been cooking up some cool stuff, and that's a good point to also plug Tuschay Studios. Like if any of you guys listening in, catching the replay, or whatever, if you're seeing this cool stuff that we're doing inside of the sandbox, and you have some ideas that maybe you want to bring your brand into the metaverse, hit me up, hit Tuschay up. I can connect you with them, obviously, and they can build you some dope stuff. So we're always open to helping bring brands into the metaverse, because I think that's what's going to really tip the scales to mass adoption, is getting people that are already doing cool stuff outside of the Web3 metaverse world and bringing it into it, because then they're going to bring with their fans and their crowd. And I think that's going to be super important. And I know that the Tuschay Studios will be able to help with that a lot. So
yeah, just to keep going off of that a little bit more, I think what we've decided as a team really is that where our skills really kind of shine is in those like replayable type of games, right? Like I think there's a place for RPGs. I think there's a place for all sorts of platformers and everything inside of the sandbox. But what I've noticed is really a lot easier for people to consume and a lot more fun, in my opinion, are these like arcade type games that we've created.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're always going to be creating these RPG games and everything, I think that I don't want to say they're easy, but I think it comes with a sort of an ease because it's built into what the platform is for, right?
Right.
Where I think our studio does a really good job in creating something different is these arcade types games. So, you know, if you play The Floor is Cake, you know firsthand what I'm talking about. We have a bunch of games that are kind of in that same vein. You know, Fungi Frenzy is another one that we're hopefully going to be releasing soon. 0.8 kind of messed it up, and then, you know, we're hoping that it gets fixed again here shortly. And then we have a bunch of these different types of like jump in for and play for 5-minute games, you know, and Hopefully, as the Sandbox does their transition over to mobile gaming, these games that we have already as arcade games are ready to go, and easy to play on your phone for 5 minutes, while you're sitting at the bus stop, on the toilet, whatever it is, wherever you do your mobile gaming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's really what you know moving towards into 2024, what I'm going to be focusing the studio on is creating more of these, like, hop in, play 5 minute, 10 minutes, and then go about your day. We'll also have all of our traditional long-term RPG games that you can play for 2-3 hours. But we're also thinking about how to do those differently. So with Fungi Universe coming out, when that game launches, that game was originally going to be on a 3x3 land, and it was going to take hours to play. It was going to probably be a 4-hour game. And what we decided to do instead of that was break up the experience into 6 different 1x1s. So basically, you get the story of the whole experience but you can play it at your own pace. So if today you only have the game revolves around going to these different planets, and there's 6 different planets that you explore. And originally we had a 3x3 with all 6 planets on there, and you can explore them and you can do all this stuff. But we scrapped the idea. We started it over on individual 1x1s. And what that allows us to do is basically implement save states, right? So in order to play all 6 of them, you'll have to play, the first one. You get an NFT at the end of playing the first one. That token gates the second one. And so after you get to the second one, you can, and so on and so forth. So by the end of it, you have a collection of 6 different NFTs that you've earned while playing the game. But at the same time, those are also the gates, the tokens that you need to go into the next following experiences. So that you can kind of play them at your own pace. If you only have time for 1 or 2 planets today, you can go and play those, and then tomorrow you can pick up the next ones, or in a month, whatever it is. So breaking it up so that everyone's busy, and I think that that's kind of like, as
Definitely.
Right now the target audience of the Sandbox is people that are busy. We're not. I think eventually it's going to be very important for us to target people like my nephew as well, right? Where he's spending all day on Roblox right now, constantly on his tablet. And I want him to be playing my games as well, but there's just not, there's not the opportunity for him to do so. It's really difficult to onboard, like we mentioned earlier. So once it gets easier for them, I think it'll be very important to give someone like my nephew a game that takes 5 minutes to play, because that's
Right.
going to be what he's interested in. We're trying to create a bunch of different types of games, but I think arcade type games are what I found. Like, if I want to be the studio that is known for creating those type of games, and I want people to come to us when they want those type of games, because that is what we're going to be specializing in.
And I think you guys have already proved yourselves. I mean, Flora's Cake is amazing, and it's the first game that I've played inside the Sandbox that keeps me coming. Like, I kept playing it, and I wasn't even recording my screen or anything, so like I wasn't like competing in the competition, but I kept like hopping in there and playing it because it's just fun. Like it has that addictive like quality to compete against your own high score even. So yeah, I'm excited to see what more arcade style games y'all come up with. And I really do like the idea when you're talking about how you broke up the 3x3 into a bunch of 1x1s and then gating it as you progress through. That's like a cool way to kind of introduce sort of like achievements that gamers are already familiar with, but now your achievement is an NFT that allows you to enter the next stage of the game, and I think that's super cool.
And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We've taken the memorabilia concept that the Sandbox came up with, right? And so they do give you memorabilia at the end of seasons. We're actually making those assets, and then we're going to send them to people. So at the end of the Flora's Cake, the last week, everybody that signed up for the last week that submitted a score will be getting one of these memorabilia assets, and that's going to be the first one that we do. But that same structure and that same object will be used to token gate all the other experiences as well. So we're just going to remove the center part of it. The ring stays around it, which is like the kind of like the Tuschay Studios like logo ring. And then inside of the center of that, we're going to put each of the planets. And so when you complete Planet 1, you'll get a little NFT with Planet 1 revolving inside of this little thing. And so at the end of like, you play all 6 of the experiences and you can, line up on a shelf, all 6 of the little planets spinning around and stuff like that. And then that also helps us, to track who's playing, right? It helps us to know who wants to continue playing the games and who makes it to the end, and maybe they get something special, hint, hint. But yeah, and so we're trying different approaches. I think right now I'm in the test everything and see what sticks mode, where Floor's Cake was a 5-week experiment into how we're going to running leaderboards. The next thing that we do with the Funguy family will be the Funguy family fort. When that launches, we're going to be doing a lot of live contests and live play to earn. So rather than passive, a week contest, we're going to be going live, kind of like this, and then doing contests where, hey, go find this thing while I'm in here, or go and race these people while we're here. And we'll do a lot of play to earn through that. And then a lot of the play to earn that we're going to be doing is not only going to be for sand giveaways, but also the Tuschay coin and getting that ecosystem really more thriving. I think that what I'm mostly excited about right now is the opportunity that everyone's going to have to be able to claim things with their Tuschay coin. So I wanted to give people more opportunities to get those Tuschay coin, and that'll all be participation based events. So participate in an event, you get Tuschay coin, you can then go and spend that. Kind of like when you went to the arcade, like that's my whole concept of this thing is like, you go to the arcade, you play some games, you get the tokens, and then you go to the, the front desk and you're like, I have 100 tickets. What does that get me? And then you're like, oh, I get a bouncy ball. Okay, cool. Thanks for the bouncy ball. And you leave. And it's not about like, the item, although I want the items to be something that people want to collect and want to appreciate, but it's about the, the reward system that we don't have anymore. Like you don't really go to, you can go to Dave and Buster's, I guess, but
yeah,
that whole, I grew up going to arcades every weekend with my buddies and like playing at the arcade, and then you finished and you went to the pizza place, and the pizza place had a foosball and a pinball machine and everywhere there was arcade cabinets everywhere, and it was just a way to spend time. But also when you got to the arcades that actually had the tickets, you're like, okay, now I can get something. And you go to the front, you're like, you're dreaming about like the high ticket items, and you're like, oh man, if I collect 1,000 of these tickets, I can go and get myself a new N64, so yeah, I want to bring that back in, and hopefully people play the games to then earn the tickets to then earn physical rewards, just like these mushroom houses and a bunch of other stuff that I'm
heck yeah
creating.
I think that's awesome, and something that like it's such a good use case for this whole technology that has been developed, and I think it'll just like, if anything, bring back nostalgia for all of us. And I want to point out, because I see Wet Noodle running around, and I just saw, I didn't catch the name, but somebody ran to the left with the key, and then I saw Wet Noodle running that way. So I think he's trying to track down a key. I think he might know where he wants to use it at. So if anyone wants to maybe team up with Wet Noodle, and you guys maybe can share something if he knows where to use it, I would recommend.
If someone tells me that they work together and they both confirm that, I will send 500 to each of you. Let's do it that way.
Yeah. And also Go West. Whenever you were talking about the memorabilia NFT that you're gonna give away for competing in the contest, was that he said is it in any of the weeks? So was that for just the last week participation, or any of the weeks?
I'm going to cross-reference the list. I want to make sure that everybody that participated in any of the weeks gets it. I was hoping that it would all just stay on one list, so I was going to use week 5, and I think most people did sign up for week 5, but I'll make sure that everybody who's competed in any of the weeks will get one of those. So you got one. Go West.
Perfect. And same for me. I didn't end up competing in the last week because
No worries.
I'm lazy, and that was one thing that I brought up to Seb. I was like, we really like could use a better way of tracking what people have done, and because like even me who records all the goddamn time, like I was too it was too much of a hassle for me
Yeah,
to record my screen and like submit it and everything. So
I totally understand that. I think that I want to find a better way of doing this, where people don't have to submit videos and stuff like that. That's why I'm going to transition into doing more of these live events, because it doesn't. Yeah, I'm here, right? Like, if there's a cheater in the crowd, like, I'll probably figure it out, and if not, like, congratulations, you got it past me while I'm sitting there.
right.
But I think that that was a big question to me. How was I gonna like control like whether someone was just editing putting into Photoshop and then changing the number of what they got on the score, so I required videos. It's probably the only time I'll require videos for any of these contests. Most of them will probably be done live from now on.
I think live, just like
Yeah,
from what I've kind of experienced and what you're talking through, I think live is the way to go, at least right now,
and
until
then
there is something
I
that helps with it.
I also love the what I've been doing recently, which is a lot easier on me as well. Is I'll just go in and hide something, and then just post it in the Discord, like, "Hey, something's in there," and then the first person to post a screenshot gets the thing, right? I can pretty much assure that that person hasn't like figured it out by using a bot. Like it feels very difficult for me to figure out how a bot would be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I think those contests are easier for me. Live contests are definitely a lot easier to keep track of people. And then we're going to be doing other methods of earning, play to earn, in the ecosystem and stuff as well. But and Andy, yes, we will be doing some Excel magic. Andy's my Excel guy. He probably doesn't want people to know that, but he's very good with Excel. I
He's a
mean,
wizard.
very good. Yes. So he has helped. But yeah, and so yeah, everyone that signed up for any of the weeks of the Floors Cake will be getting that memorabilia asset, and that memorabilia asset is one of many. Almost every game that we create will have one of those memorabilia assets. Obviously, we're going to be waiting until we're on Polygon to be able to kind of do this, because we want to be able to send these out without it costing $5 every single time. Rubbish at Excel, never use it. Sure.
That's what we'll tell everyone, so they don't bug you.
And yeah, Huddle, I agree. Live is great, but tough with different time zones and stuff. That's why I want to do a lot of like the leave the I put something in the experience, and then since I don't, I mean, I know I have a time zone, but I don't really live by it. I kind of I'm awake, and then I'm asleep sometimes, and then I'm awake some other times. Like, so I'll post, different, things are hidden in certain areas throughout the days, and at different time zones and stuff like that. So to try to get everybody involved. But yeah, I recognize it's difficult. We're dealing with a global society these days, so it's hard to kind of sync up everybody. I think, I've been saying it for a long time. I think we need a metaverse time zone, and I think we should just create it ourselves at this point.
Right?
Like, no one's gonna do it for us. So
a metaverse time zone. I like that idea.
yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. We'll just pick a time, and that works for everybody, and that'll be our new noon, and then we'll work out the clock from there.
The the only thing that pops into my head is then, but it's only I guess it's the metaverse time zone, but like the sun, like I thrive off of. That's why I'm the opposite of you. I wake up super early and catch the sunrise, and like I love being awake whenever it's sunny out, and can't sleep if the sun is
I
even
100%.
starting to poke through.
You can't
But
sleep like that if the sun's poking through. That, like, you're just like Amy. Amy, the moment that light is inside of the house, she's awake, and I'm like, it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. I wish, dude. I'll be honest. I wish I was more like that. I think that if I did have that, I would get. I don't know. I say that I would get a lot more things done, but to be honest with you, my most productive hours of the day are from like midnight to 4 a.m. Like if I'm serious, if you want me to get something done, ask me at midnight to do it,
I'm
and
gonna.
you will get it done within 4 hours. And I, dude, it's there's no the world is completely asleep,
That's
and
true.
so I can do what I want at my own pace, and no one's. I'm not gonna get a ping on my phone. I'm not gonna get a ping on Discord. Usually, I mean, I will get something done. I joked about this, but like the entire fungi collection, everything that we've done with the fungis has been done in the hours of like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Like, and every game that I've ever created for the sandbox, same time.
Same thing.
Yeah, and it's like for some reason, like I'll wake up sometime around 9 o'clock. Usually my alarms rings at 9, and that's when I like get up and start doing my things around the house and everything. And I'll get to the computer around 10 o'clock, like after drinking 3 cups of water and everything that I do in the mornings. I get to the computer, and then for the rest of the day, I mean, it's until like 5 p.m. I'm catching up on things that are happening.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
5 p.m. comes home. Amy comes home. 5 p.m. comes around. Amy comes home. We have dinner. We walk the dogs. We hang out, watch something, and then she goes to bed really early. She goes to bed at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and then I just jump back on the computer, and that's when I actually work. After that is like I get all my work done, and then I go to bed, and then I wake up in the morning, catch up, and it starts all over.
Uh-huh.
I just haven't found a routine that works better for me like that than that.
I
I
mean, it
wish I was
sounds
an early person, but
well. I mean, it sounds like it's a good balance for you, and
here's
it
the thing.
works with your schedule.
I've stopped beating myself up about it. When I used
Yeah.
to work at I used to work corporate, and it was a pain in the ass because like I've always been a night owl. And so, but working corporate, I'd have to get up and go to work at 6 a.m. and be at the office by 8 a.m. and just be like, okay, I'm bright eyed and bushy tailed, like let's go and do the thing. And then I would still stay awake until 2 in the morning, like doing just random stuff. Um, and so I really started looking into it like 4 years ago. And every single person in my family is also the same way. We're all night owls. Like my mom, you cannot get my mom out of her bedroom before 10 a.m. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when I was a kid, the house could be on fire at 9 a.m. and she's like, give me another hour and I'll take care of it. And it's fine. Like I completely, my dad is a morning person, but my dad's also a truck driver. So my dad doesn't have a sleep schedule. He just does what he does. Like I've seen my dad wake up and be as awake as he is at 4 a.m. than he is at like 3 noon. Like it's bizarre. But that man is insane, and he does a lot. He has taken, I think, something like 6 round trips to the moon right now in terms of miles that he's driven in his truck.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, I'm definitely a night owl, and I've embraced it at this point. I love it. I think I love seeing the sun as well. And usually when I'm in vacation mode, I'll flip over and I'll like start waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and doing more things like that. Maybe not 6, 7 ish. But work for me is always around this time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I read, I didn't read it, but I, I skimmed a book. I can't think of the name of the books, the title of it, but it's basically, I think they call it chronotypes. But just different sleep cycles, I guess, that like night owl versus early bird and whatever is in between that. There's like 4 or 5 that they talked about, but like that, it makes sense. And it's just, you almost just have to accept it and just,
it is what it is. My grandpa is 92 years old, and he stays up until 2 in the morning every day. Like he takes his naps and stuff like that, but like everybody in my family has always, and I think I always thought this was like a Hispanic thing, but it's definitely my family thing. That like when I'm in Argentina, it's like the party really, I mean, we start eating dinner at around 10 p.m. and it's not until like 3 in the morning that we're all like, we should probably go to bed, right? So it's just been it's a family thing. I think that my entire family is just a bunch of night owls.
Yeah.
And it just works. It works for us, you know, like, and I think a good team has a mixture of people, right? You have
Right.
early birds, you have night owls. I mean, really, especially when you're talking about like a global team, like we have, like, you really want to cover all the time zones with someone online all the time, you know,
Yeah.
and if you can do that, I think you're pretty accessible to pretty much anybody.
Yeah, definitely. That's what Pickaxe Master just brought that up yesterday too. He was saying that their team is kind of scattered all over the place, and it helps with, like you said, you can always have somebody that can answer a question if
Yeah.
something comes up or something. So yeah, it definitely can help. Escape room artist just popped in the chat and said, live contests is my option. I plan to have different waves of live contests based off of time zones. America is European, Australia, Asia. And I think that's a great idea because like we were talking about earlier, like the live contest seems like the way to go, at least right now. So scattering it would.
It's, yeah, it's easy. It's an easy way to track, you know. I'll go live sometimes at midnight if I need to do a 1 hour contest, and it's like, you know, 8 a.m. in the UK or something like that. You know, that's fine with me. I don't, it doesn't bother me on my time. You know, my sleep schedule is, you know, it is what it is. So um Zombie saying, well, me covering the UK time zone never works so well. Zombie also has a, but he's been readjusting his sleep schedule, but he has a very similar sleep schedule to me, but in opposite time zones. So we have, yeah, it's interesting. I think I think I love having a global team because I can always pretty much ensure that whenever I say something, like, someone is online in the team. You know, if like, hey guys, I need
Mm,
someone to go check this out, like someone is online, you know, and that's really cool. You know, traditionally 9 to 5, you know, let's say, you know, if you're only in Pacific time, you know, and you have a problem at 6 p.m., there's no one on the team that's going to be paying attention to their phone, right? So it's kind of cool to have like a global team that can take care of that kind of thing.
de-
Um,
Definitely. Um, I got not distracted, but I wanted to bring this up because there's definitely people out there still hunting for the other
is there just one key for
egg.
Gunters? There is only one key. Is the key gone? I can I can hang on. I gotta see. Well, I guess Noodle can tell us where this one came from. You guys can't see what I'm looking at, so maybe I'm gonna run off. No one follow me.
I was gonna say, other than you have everyone is gonna follow you.
Nobody follow the rabbit that's racing to the top of the mountain right now.
Ooh, there's a hint. And I think probably a decent time to start wrapping things up here. Earlier, One Vox had mentioned that he wants a race.
Okay,
Maybe
let's do it.
maybe we can do a race to finish things off at the end. I'm going to, and it looks like there's some people that are getting back to work. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Appreciate you guys being here, chiming in on the chat. It's always fun to hang out with you guys while we're talking to dope people from the metaverse like Tuschay. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the wheel for all of y'all that entered to win that 40 sand giveaway, and I'll also make sure to hook you guys all up with 420 experience points for tuning in today.
I like the experience point thing that you're doing, dude. I think that's a really cool idea.
Thanks, dude. I don't know. I'm sure somebody inspired me to do it. I don't know where the idea came from, but when it like popped in my head, it was one of those, like, I have those late night inspirations too. I'll get a late night inspiration. I'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the computer, and I just started creating graphics. That's kind of how I think. I like create with graphics, and then I start like thinking things out and connecting the dots and seeing what's missing. And I was like, this is actually a legit idea. Sometimes crafter ideas late at night are not so are not so fleshed out like you're aware of.
Every so often, Crafter sends me probably like, I have to scroll a few times on Discord to see it all. And I'm just like, wow, he was thinking today. Like, I gotta really download this.
Yep.
But hey, man, when the inspiration strikes, I think that's why I became a night owl, because most of my inspiration struck at night, and I wanted to do something about it right then and there. And so that's kind of how pretty much all of my good ideas come at night, really. I think either good ideas or delusional ideas, and then they end up becoming like actual viable things.
I was gonna say then you have to decipher if they are delusional or oops, I gotta get the wheel down here.
So the other Easter egg shroom, I will say that the key is needed. So if someone ran off of the key and hid the key, then good luck, guys.
Then we're all fucked.
But I'll tell you what, I'll stay in the experience, and if anyone brings the Easter egg shroom to me, even after the show, yeah, I'll give you the 1,000 Tuschay coin. You might have to ping me on Discord or in the game or something, but I'll sit here. Just make sure. I think Hodl is currently holding the other Easter egg so that no one can claim that they've just brought that one.
Oh, thank you, Hodl. Okay. Okay, I got everyone in here. We're gonna spin it. This is for today is 40 sand.
Good luck, everybody.
So, good luck, everybody.
Oh,
yeah. JK
congratulations.
Lauren, GG. I have all your information. I'm gonna be getting your wallet sent over to the sandbox, and they will send you over the reward. And I will make no guarantees on how fast it gets to you, but I will keep the list until I get a confirmation that it's sent. So I will hound them if things haven't been sent out in a timely manner. But congrats, you're gonna get 40 sand sent over here in the nearest future. And thanks, Sandbox, for sponsoring the giveaway.
Yeah,
and
super cool.
Yeah, it's rad to be able to always have at least something to give away. I enjoy the giveaways, and I know you guys do too. Obviously, I hope you would tune in with or without a giveaway, but I think the giveaways are a fun way to give back to you guys for giving me some of your time and hanging out with us. So. What was I? Oh, we were talking about doing a race. There is a race set up somewhere in here. I know you.
Everybody,
should we
follow the crazy rabbit that's running around in circles right now, and we'll get to the race. I mean, if you know how to get there, you can.
I was gonna say most people aren't up here, but there's a couple. Here's Vishul coming.
If you run all the way to I think it's the north. I forget what corner this is of the map. The corner opposite from where you start, just straight across from where you start the experience.
I got lost.
I don't know if a wet noodle is going to be able to fit in this.
Oh, you might have to swap avatars.
No, I think you'll actually be able to. I think it has the hitbox.
I was gonna say, what is the hitbox? I wonder.
But that's kind of funny. It's gonna look awesome.
So we'll give everyone.
Give them a few seconds to line. Yeah, a couple minutes. I'm gonna show you guys real quick what the point of this is. Basically, you got to run through the whole thing and get to the opposite end.
I'm gonna follow so that I can video.
Yeah, so this is the easiest way to get across everything.
I already fucked up.
Here, let's start over. So yeah, you climb up. Oh, yep. This is a hard vine. None of this is meant to be easy. It's meant to be. Oh, why can't I jump today? I just did it like 20 seconds ago.
This is why you need a controller. That was easy for me.
I don't know how I just did that, but I'm up. Then you run across here. The easiest way is to just hit that vine along the wall and just climb it all the way up.
You gotta climb on the right side.
And if you just turn your camera into like the side scroller view, I find that to be the easiest. Just zoom out.
There we go.
That's how I usually do it. And you just fall. It gets really hard when it's nighttime in the experience.
I was gonna say darkness makes it a little tougher.
The nighttime, the day-night cycles are synced up to everybody that's in the game. So if it's nighttime for you, it's nighttime for everybody else. So you have all the same disadvantage and advantage.
Okay.
But if you fall down here, and you go through here and around this like little wall here, that's my shortcut that I usually take, and then I jump through here, jump into the water, go all the way across.
Hopefully you guys are taking notes.
And then once you're here, it's pretty much you have two choices. You can either go to the top or go to the bottom here, run up, take the vine all the way up. You have to make that jump there. Might have to. Man, I might have to get that controller set up. You just did that in one try.
I'm a controller native gamer. I've never really played PC games until recently, so I'm definitely way better with a controller in my hand.
And then when you go up those stairs, just stick to the left side so you hit that vine, and then you want to jump across, and then that's it. That's the end.
Ta-da! Cool.
So, Crafter, do you want to go to the beginning of the experience?
I was gonna say I'll go.
At the end?
Yeah, I'll go to the
you
beginning.
Can go. You can just leave and go around. You don't have to do the whole maze again.
Oh.
Yeah, it's probably faster.
Dope. Okay, so if you don't know, Huddle, that's the one from earlier. I thought Huddle found it.
She's just carrying it around, being the egg shroom keeper,
the protector. All right, so everyone meet back over at the starting point, which is that the north corner? Is that what you figured out?
Maybe. It looks like it is. No, hang on. It is the west corner of the map. I guess it's the northwest corner of the map.
I'll give you guys another.
Northwest corner would be where you start. So it would be the southwest corner of the map is where it starts.
I was gonna say, according to
I think
my
there's
map,
a sign somewhere.
I'm facing south right now. So yeah,
southwest is definitely the one then.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Since no one can find the Easter egg shroom, I'll do two contests. I'll stay in here after the show, and if anyone brings it up to me, I'll give you 1,000 sand. 1,000, not 1,000 sand. Relax. 1,000 Tuschay coin. But whoever wins this competition will also get 1,000 Tuschay coin. So, yeah, good luck, everybody. Yeah, I'll let you start the race. Actually, I'll do it because the easiest way is so everyone can see the ping in the game. It prevents the stream lag and all that stuff from interfering. So what I'll do is I'll do 10 through 1, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then press go. When you guys see go, you can start running.
In the chat of the stream, is that what you're saying?
One box says me and Noodle had the key but couldn't open the door. Interesting. I wonder if the door is broken. Maybe you need something in order to get into that door. I don't know. So yeah, I'll type it in the game. Is everybody ready? I think everyone's ready.
I believe countdown in the game chat. Yeah, that's where you're doing it.
Yeah, I'll count down in here. So I'll do from 10 to 1, and then go. All right. Ready, guys? We're going to start. All right. 10,
I'm ready.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Go, go, go. Wilkes delayed.
Exciting. I love this.
I'm trying to be able to get an angle of all of it.
It's cool. If you're sitting at the end, you can kind of see where everyone's at in the map. It's always exciting for me because especially when the people that have won this in the past come in here again, because I switch it up a little bit and I put new roadblocks in and I open up new doors. So
I was gonna say I saw somebody at the very bottom. Looks like they just got lost. I see a big old crocodile making his way.
It is awesome. I love watching people race in this sub. It's and it's getting dark too, so it's gonna be harder and harder.
Better hurry up before it gets dark.
Oh, it looks like a wet noodle. Oh my God, there's someone right behind.
I was gonna say somebody's trailing Wet Noodle. It's
Oh
gonna
no,
come down to vine climbing. It looks like.
it's coming down to the wire. I think we're gonna have the winner here in a second.
I wish there was a way to like.
For sure. There you go.
For sure one.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Nice. I couldn't see it. Too bad we
Fellow
couldn't
rabbit.
see your screen too. But GG for sure. Now I'm over here alone. I'll run over to you guys the long way.
Congratulations for sure. I will send you 1,000. Can you actually just send me a message on Discord real quick? And I'll send me your wallet address on Discord, please.
But good job, everybody. That
looks
was
like an ant farm.
it does look like an ant farm.
That was kind of the concept of it, is like having the wall that is like you can't go through that wall, where it's like the barrier of the experience. So it's like an anthill.
Hell yeah, that was fun. We're definitely gonna have to keep doing little races like this for giveaways, and I like the Easter egg hunt concept. So stay tuned for
let's
that
do
kind of
let's
stuff.
do one more race, and it's a different race. Everyone follow me. Just leave there and go up the vine that's right in the water here, and you'll see a little hole right here. If you see where the jumping rabbit is, you'll see a little hole that you could just fall down. And then at the end of this is the last race that we have in the experience. So everyone just stand in this corner.
It's funny just watching everyone fall through. This is I love this.
So Crafter, if you want to actually position yourself in a better spot,
I was gonna say where.
So stand right there at the end there. Yeah. So the winner is gonna pop out of there.
Oh, this is the finish line. Okay.
Yeah. So whoever pops out of there first is the winner.
And you guys are okay. I found you.
And we're all the way at the bottom there. Yeah, you can see us down there. There's actually a viewing spot as well if you want to go there instead. You have to go around. If you climb that vine that's right next to that mushroom in the water, if you just climb that vine up, and then you go basically towards that area.
Just zoom in a little bit.
You're just going to want to go past the train track there. And then, yeah, there's a little like mining cart track. And then fall on the other side of it.
So fall down?
Yeah, fall down into that hole right there. And then follow that all the way down. Yeah, and then just zoom out as much as you want. And you should be able to watch the whole race there and see who ends.
Nice. I'm going to do one thing quick so that our screen or our faces are kind of in the way. I'm going to move it.
Oh, yeah.
This.
Nice. Good idea.
And
so I'll do the same thing for this one. And this will be, let's do 500 Tuschay coin for this one. So I have to write this down somewhere so I don't forget. So 500 Tuschay coin, we'll do the same countdown.
500 Tuschay coin.
And then 500 for this one.
That'll be enough to get something, right?
The 1,000 is everything pretty much starts at 1,000. Yeah.
Okay. So you're halfway there.
Okay. So we'll do the same thing. I'll say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll start running. And when you see go, you can go. All right, here we go, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Go, go, go.
Go. There we go.
Who's in front? I see the Easter egg shroom in front, which means Huddle is in maybe second place. Oh, everyone got that turned real quick.
Yeah.
Oh man, these races are tense because it really comes down to like those turns and seeing if you can get it done.
You got to just be super efficient with that's like actual NASCAR racing.
Oh no, I missed.
Oh.
Oh, who's gonna get it? Hodl's creeping up.
Dun, 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 dun. She is.
Last turn.
Oh, he blew through that turn. Dang.
Nice.
GG one box.
GG one box. Let's go.
Hodl was on your tail though.
Right there. So I got one box. I got you written down. If you could send me a message through Discord, that'd be great. I will send out the 500 Tuschay coin. And then for Shul, if you could send me a message, if you have already, I'm sorry, I just haven't checked. And I'll send out all those prizes at the end of this.
The egg shroom. Wait,
awesome, guys. One last thing I'm going to ask, if we can go and take a little screenshot. If you guys can follow me down the river here, I'll show you where I want to line up for. I'll wait here for you guys. Actually, let's do this. Everyone just type in / respawn? Yeah. And let's meet at the top where all the fun guys are and the crafter stage. Let's meet back over there and let's take a fun little screenshot so we can post it on social media. And thanks so much, dude, for the show. I mean, I always love doing these. I think every time we do one, things get a little bit cooler. So I'm really stoked.
I was gonna say it keeps evolving every time you come on. So yeah. Now we're actually in the metaverse. So that's
exactly. And I think that obviously I'm more intertwined with everything that you're doing these days. So I really enjoy how everything's been coming together, dude. I think you've been doing an awesome job getting everybody involved. And hopefully we can keep doing more cool shit like this, you know?
Definitely. And I think we definitely will. How should we do this family photo? Do you guys want
to let's all stand on the couches somewhere?
Maybe come up on the couch and layer yourself. That might be the best. Don't be shy. Couch is comfy, I promise.
I love the gator.
Me too.
I love that. I love even more that the name is just in the middle of it because it's so big.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I think
we got Andy giving us a table dance.
So yeah, just to recap everything I think that we've talked about, Funguy avatars September 15th. Tuschay store, the Funguy family store launching shortly after that, or possibly before that. We don't know. If you want to keep up to date with everything, discord.gg/funguy. That's how you join our Discord. You can get involved with everything we're doing, and you'll get all the up-to-date announcements and everything. I'll let you guys know when we're launching the Tuschay coin shop. Stack that Tuschay coin, go and claim on the website your Tuschay coin if you want to get ready for that. Pick up a Funguy. If you're not part of the ecosystem, pick one up, join us. I promise you'll have fun. You'll get cool stuff like this in the mail, and you'll get a lot of you get a really awesome community. I think we have one of the coolest communities that I've seen so far in the NFT space. And I am 100% biased in saying that, but I do believe it's true.
hey, I was just gonna echo it and say I agree. I think if you're looking for an active community that loves doing stuff inside the sandbox, there's no better place than the Funguy family, in my opinion. So definitely be a part of it, and it's in my opinion, a very reasonable entry point.
Yeah, I think honestly, right now, a Funguy costs something like $20 or something like that. I think it's just around that price range.
I spend that on coffee every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the price of like a fast food these days. So like, for that you get. I consider, like I've said on the last show, if you want to watch that, I go more into depth on that episode of behind the avatar. But to me, the Funguy group is my Patreon. It's a way of doing Patreon, and that's actually the next page I'll be developing for the website. I got the how to get started page. I want to put a why NFTs page on our Funguy family site, and really talk about why I chose to use this technology. Because I do think it's revolutionary in the way that you can engage with people. So yeah, definitely really want to thank you guys for all the support that you've shown me and the project and everything. Really happy with the way everything's been working out, and I hope we can continue doing really cool stuff as long as we're all kicking.
Heck
yeah, some in-person events are hopefully happening soon, and who knows, maybe we'll do a Funguy meetup one of these days in Seattle, because I think that'll be a lot of fun.
For sure. I would love to come back to Seattle. Well, I'm actually going to be back in Seattle. When? October?
I think you said October. Yeah.
Because we leave for Bali in November. Yeah.
You should do I have another idea for another show that you can do. Where in the world is Crafter? Like Carmen Sandiego back in the day. You could do Where in the World is Crafter, and you just do a little live show there. Just go around the streets with the microphone and be like, "Do you know what the metaverse is?"
I was going to say, yeah, I can do some kind of weird, yes, exactly, and I will get some interesting reactions. But the more I like think about it, like it is like we've talked about a very global thing. So the probably would surprise me how many people actually do know. Speaking of it's not Airbnb, it's just a guy that owns a place in Bali, but where we're staying in Bali, he has some sandbox land and is super interested in like talking to me more about it. Is one of the first things that or only things from the sounds of it that he's really invested in so far. But yeah, so it's gonna be fun to meet him. He's like usually I don't really interact with people in person. He has people that work for the place that we're staying at, but he's like, I'm gonna definitely hand the keys over to you and take you out for dinner or something. So
yeah, I bet he's gonna definitely want to talk to you. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
And let him know we'll make his Airbnb inside of the sandbox if he has some land. Like,
right?
Let's get it going.
Yeah, that's a dope idea. I will let him know. Everyone say cheese. I've been taking screenshots, but I'm gonna take one more. I
keep forgetting to remove my my interface when I do screenshots.
All right.
I appreciate everybody being here, tuning
seriously.
into the show. More stuff to come. I'm gonna go to Universal and Disney this weekend. My birthday's on Tuesday, so I'm going to go to Super Mario Land because I've been wanting to do that. So I'll be gone for the next for this weekend, but I'll be back next week and hitting the ground running again.
Heck yeah. Well, you have fun with all of that, and happy early birthday.
Thank you.
And Huddle says the same, and I'm sure everyone else in
thank
chat
you everybody.
chimes in as
I appreciate you.
And yeah, thank you obviously for coming on. It's always a blast hanging and talking about whatever comes up. And thank you guys in the chat for being here per usual. And yeah. Trying to think what else we have going on. I got two more shows going on this week. Tonight is going to be that premiere of Sebastian on Behind the Avatar over on YouTube that we're going to do a 50 sand giveaway on. So make sure you tune into that. Even if you saw it, just tune in the beginning. I'll drop the link for you guys, or maybe I'll throw it in the Discord or something. I don't know how we'll do it, but just tune in. I'll explain it then. And Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, I am talking to Miker and Nova, who are two people that have been building with ApeCoin, and they have an AIP and ApeCoin improvement proposal that they're going to be submitting, that they're going to talk about, that is going to help game developers and creators seamlessly and easily integrate ApeCoin into their games. That's the gist of their proposal. They'll get into it a lot more on the Thursday stream to talk about it, but you're definitely going to want to check that out. My YouTube channel link, if you just search crafter_ETH, you should be able to find it. or jump in my Discord, and it's in there as well. I think you're already in there. But yeah, so tune in for that. We got all kinds of stuff going on per usual, and all kinds of fun stuff. And am I missing anything? Oh, I just got word that my AIP ApeCoin improvement proposal is going to go up for vote starting on Thursday. The proposal is for them to be the Powered by sponsor of this podcast, and we got a lot of people over there that are super excited about it. So I'm optimistic, and I think we're gonna have a good turnout for voting on that. And that's just gonna help support me and keeping to create all of this awesome content for you guys and really keep on exploring the metaverse. So would appreciate you, even if you don't have any ApeCoin to vote with. If you see any tweets or anything, share that with people that do, maybe, or even if you don't have any anyway, your imaginary vote always means a lot to me in my heart. So it all goes to the same place. So appreciate y'all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Tuschay.
Thank you, dude.
Happy birthday, brother.
I appreciate that.
Fun at Universal. And
oh yeah, I'm gonna do all the Nintendo things. I've been so excited about this Super Mario Land. I'm a Nintendo diehard, so yeah, I'm super stoked. But thank you everybody for joining. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, man. Like, this is always a fun time. I will stick around the experience for a while if no one gets the Easter egg shroom in, like, let's say the next 15 minutes or so, I'll probably hop out and we'll do something else for 1,000 Tuschay coin in the Discord. So join the Discord if you haven't. Discord.gg/Funguy. I can drop a link in here. I'm sure pretty much all of you are in there already, but join it, and we'll do a little giveaway inside of the Discord in 10 minutes if no one can find the elusive Easter egg shroom.
100%. Well, good luck if you guys can find it. I might actually be hanging out and running around and seeing if I can find it here at the end of the show. So one last time, thanks again, y'all. It's been a blast, and we will catch you on the next one.
Take it easy, guys.
Peace.